up, Voodoo Tribe? It is your girl, the Voodoo Child, and I am here with another video. And I am giving you guys like some Diana Ross vibes right now, okay? You know, we got the sparkly top and the extra big hair. I took out the hair extensions because I'm actually about to shoot a reaction video to natural hair fails. I'm not sure if you guys would be interested in that, but I am gonna go and shoot it after this video. So if you guys like it, like, let me know. I'm gonna post it after this one, you know, so yeah, let me know. So this is going to be the story time about my 21st birthday. Now, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that ever since I turned 18, I really haven't had the best luck with birthdays because I always invited ain't shit ass people. But this, notice the title says crazy, not horror stories, so we're progressing. So this year on my birthday, I decided that I wanted to, you know, keep it low key. I know a lot of people are all like, want to like go to Vegas and like do all this crazy shit on their 21st birthday, but like I had already had so many crazy birthdays that I just wanted to have a normal one, like regardless of what age I was turning. Like I knew that I wanted to have a, you know, a good birthday. Like I didn't want to involve all these people. I didn't want to throw a party. Like I just wanted to chill but turn up. On my 21st birthday, I turned 21 on June 6th of this year. So I am currently 21, okay? I'm not old yet. I'm kind of old, but I'm not old yet. I'm still a young whipper, you know? I basically took off of work for a week. So I had a turn up week, okay? Like I was turning the fuck up. I was going to bars, you know, like I was chilling, but it was mainly like with my boyfriend. But the main event of this week was when I went to Wine with a Twist with my mom and my grandma. Like I thought it would be a good idea to have like a generational, like the 3 generations, like chill and go drink some wine and make some art, right? So I'm gonna give you guys a little backstory on my family so you can kind of understand the personalities a little bit, okay? Like me and my grandmother are more similar. We're very like easygoing, like carefree, non-judgmental, like very go with the flow type of thing. Like we're very expressive, like we can be emotional at times, like, you know what I mean? Like, and we're very artsy. We get along very well. Like my grandma's my best friend. Like we get along very well. Now my mom, I like my mom now. Hold on, let me fix my autofocus. There we go. So yeah, I like my mom now, but like I had to come into adulthood to form a relationship with my mom because we're so different. Like we are so different. Like my mom is very like judgmental. She's very orderly. She's very like, she's very bougie. There we go. That's the word. My mom is very bougie, like very, you know, yeah. Like my mom is very bourgeois, okay? So you got, my grandma is like this hippie lady. She's a hippie redhead lady who wears tie-dye and has necklaces with like turtles and like stuff like that. Like she's this hippie lady. And then my mom is like this bougie lady that has, you know, like brand purses and like long inches of hair and like wearing heels, you know, shops at Express. And then I'm just, you know, I'm just me. You guys know me, you watch my videos, you know. This is the people that are gonna go, okay? So my mom told me, and my mom is also low-key a little scammer. Like she's low-key a little scammer. I wouldn't even call her a scammer as much as I would call her like a finesser. Like she could finesse the fuck out some shit. So like the plan was, is my grandma, I think she gave me, I don't remember what she gave me for my birthday. She did something for me though. Don't be mad if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but she did something for me though. But my mom was like,
I'm gonna take you guys to Painting with a Twist and you know, I'm gonna pay for it, whatever.
So I'm like, okay, cool. So she took a day off work. I was obviously off for the week and my grandma doesn't work. So we were all just gonna meet up and go, right? So we all meet up, it's time to go. Before we go to the Painting with a Twist, we get some food. So we go to like a hibachi place, right? And we get some hibachi. I order my first drink. I drank my wine. I had like a wine thing and my grandma got like, that's another thing, like my family can drink. Like we can drink. Like my grandma and my mom together could probably kill like 2 bottles. Like we could drink. That's what we do when we all come together. We're eating and drinking, okay? Like that's just what we do. Like call it toxic if you must, but shit, it's just the reality. I'm keeping it real with y'all. Like, we drink and we have to watch ourselves because alcoholism is real, fam. Like, but no, that's just what we do. Like, it's a pastime, that's what we do. So my mom gets a glass of wine, my grandma gets a glass of wine, but my grandma is slick. Like, my grandma has Crohn's disease, so she can't really intake spicy foods and like hard liquor. So, but she be being slick sometimes. Like, she just be doing whatever she wants to do. Like, so she ordered some wine, but it had some liquor in it, I think. I think she may have gotten like a Long Island iced tea or some shit. And if you know, if y'all ever had a Long Island iced tea, like, that shit'll get you fucked up. So she over there drinking, we're all drinking, right? So we're drinking before we even get to the wine with a twist, okay? We eat our food and then we go to the wine with a twist. We went to the wine with a twist in the mall, my neighborhood mall or whatever, and I wanted to go to that one in specific because they had wine slushies and I wanted a wine slushie for my birthday. We go there and we go to the counter. This shit is not cheap, guys. This shit is not cheap, okay? Like, we get to the counter and it's probably like $100-something for the three of us to do the wine with a twist, do the wine tasting or whatever, and that's, my slushie isn't even included in that $100 and some change. Like, it was about like $120, $130 or something like that. And tell me why my mom, when the dude was like,
okay, it's gonna be XYZ, would you like cash or credit?
My mom just gonna casually go to like the concession spot and like looking at stuff and,
ooh, this is a nice wine.
Like, and then I see my grandma pulling out her wallet and I'm just like, Mom, I thought this was your gift. Like, my mom be doing, like, she be finessing, like, that's the stuff she be doing. So I'm just like, okay. Like, I kind of did not want my grandma to pay for that, but whatever, cool. Then we get to the painting with a twist. We're sitting by our easels or whatever and we're all getting ready. The picture that we were gonna paint was like 2 seahorses blowing bubbles or some shit like that, right? So the instructor of the class, she actually worked at this little Zen store downstairs in the mall called the Bodhi Tree, and it's basically, they sell like crystals and dream catchers and stuff like that. And I always go to that store with my grandma because I know she's really into like things like that, and we always get her like some more healing stones or like, you know, some incense burners and stuff. So my grandma knew this lady, okay? We're gonna call this lady, and she's so weird. Like, what are we gonna call her? We're gonna call her Indigo, because that's the type of bitch she is. Just a little hippie, free-spirited type girl. So we're gonna call her Indigo. And Indigo is a little weird. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, Indigo reminds me of those kids at school that were like into Dungeons and Dragons and shit, or like, I don't know, at my high school we called them Narnians because there was a lamppost in the middle of my college campus and all the like weird kids would stand around the lamppost, so we would call those type of kids Narnians. That's what she reminded me of. She was really weird. Every time I went to the Bodhi Tree, Indigo would always have some weird shit to say. Like, I went there with Daniel before and she asked us our zodiac signs because Indigo is a Pisces. So she asked us our zodiac signs and we told her that we're both Geminis. And then she asked us our moon and rising sign. Me and Daniel both have our moon in Aquarius. So she's just like, oh my God, you guys are never gonna be able to leave each other alone. And you guys are just gonna be stuck forever. Even if you break up, you're gonna be stuck. And I'm just like, bruh. And then she asked us our rising signs. My rising is Aries and his is Leo. So she was like, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, bruh, like, she's just super like, bah, like, that's all I could explain it. So grandma had met Indigo before on multiple occasions, so she was like, oh my God, hi Indigo, whatever. And my grandma's a Pisces also, so they just be on that whole different wavelength. Like, they be talking to each other as if they knew each other for years, or as if my grandma watched her when she was a baby. Like, that's just how they were getting along. My mom is looking at Indigo like, hi. Like, cause that's just how my mom is. Like, my mom is a Sag, by the way, if any of you guys want to play the zodiac game. My mom's a Sag. So yeah, okay, so we start painting, and out of nowhere, I noticed my grandma was not sitting next to me, and I'm like, where the fuck is she at? I was like, you know, I'm gonna let her do her thing, enjoy her time, because my grandma's on disability, so she doesn't really get to get out the house that much because she can't drive. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna let her do her. She wants to get up, walk around, go ahead, girl. So I'm painting my little seahorse. My mom's painting her little seahorse. Next thing you know, I look back over. My grandma's there again, but she got a whole bottle. I'm like, where the fuck? You got a bottle? Like, we're doing wine testing. We just drank at the restaurant, but okay, whatever. So I'm thinking her and my mom are sharing this bottle, right? So, cause I don't want nothing, cause my mom and my grandma like dry wines. I don't really like dry wines. I like sweet wines and like rosés and like you know, stuff like that. Like I like sweet wines, and if it is dry, it has to be very mild, like a mild dry, like a white zin, like really mild, you know. So I really didn't want none of their wine. The boy that was passing out the little taste tester wine was kind of cute. He was cute or whatever, you know, shout out to him. And you know, I was tasting the wines, I was painting, I was having a good time. There were other people in the class with us or whatever, you know, regular shit. We're all having a good time. We're all talking. I'm sitting here, my mom is in the middle and my grandma's on the other side. It should have been me in the middle and then my grandma and my mom on both sides, because like I could intermediate, like I could, you know what I mean? Like I could bounce back both of their energies, because sometimes my mom needs to be checked and then sometimes my grandma needs to be comforted. So like I feel like I should have been in the middle in that instance, but I wasn't. So that's how we were sitting. So my grandma's talking and she's getting lit, and I noticed the bottle only has like this much wine in it, and we haven't even been painting for that long. We haven't even started coloring in the damn seahorses. So I'm like, oh shit, like here we go. So my grandma's lit. She's talking really, really loud, and my family, we're New Yorkers, okay? My grandma just moved to Florida like 2 years ago. Like her voice carries, okay? Like she talks loud. So she's talking loud. She's like,
Georgia, do you like the seahorses?
And I'm just like, yeah, I like the seahorses, you know. My mom is like,
oh my god, y'all need to like quiet down. Like there's no need for you to be yelling. You need to chill out. Y'all need to calm down.
and I'm just like, man, whatever. But my grandma is very emotional. My grandma wears her emotions on her sleeve, okay? Like, she is very emotional. She's very sensitive and very emotional. I feel like those sensitivity and emotions are two different things, but she got both of them bitches going on, okay? At first, my grandma, I could tell that kind of rubbed her the wrong way, but at first she was just like,
I don't feel like I'm being that loud. Like, come on, Sonia.
that's my mom's name. She's like,
Come on, Sonia, I'm not being that loud. Like, come on.
I'm thinking, okay, that's over. We're still painting. But like, you know, when you're drunk, you don't realize your volume escalating. So me and my grandma are talking over my mom, and then her volume is escalating, and my mom just goes,
Mom, like, you're being so loud. You are so embarrassing. Just stop being so loud. Like, just calm down. It's not... Calm down.
My grandma's just like,
I'm not even being that loud, Sonia. Like, I don't see how anybody could be offended. Like, we're all here. We're just painting. Like, why is it a big deal?
and I even butted in. I was like, yeah, I mean, like, it's not really a big deal. Like, we're all drinking. Like, I mean, shit. Like, and she's really not even that loud. We're the only class in here. Like, that was that, right? So then the instructor, Indigo, comes up to my grandma, and she's just like,
oh no, it's cool. Like, I get loud sometimes when I drink, and
my grandma's feeling Indigo's energies. She's like,
oh yeah, girl, you know, like, cause you know I get loud sometimes.
and Indigo's like,
Yeah, it's no biggie. Like, sometimes I get lit like that too. Like, it's no big deal, you know.
I thought that was the end of it. I was wrong, okay? I was dead ass wrong, bitch. I was so wrong. Oh my God. So then my grandma keeps drinking. She keeps fucking drinking. Like, I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm supposed to be on your level. It's my birthday. I need to start drinking too. So I get another slushie. I'm getting turned because I feel like that slushie didn't really have a lot of alcohol in it. So I'm getting lit too, right? So, cause I don't want my grandma to feel alone. Like, that's my best friend. I'm not about to have her feeling alone and having my mom doing all that shit to her. So I'm drinking too. And me and my grandma start talking again, and she's getting loud. So my mom just goes,
Look, people come here to relax, okay? They come here to paint and relax, and you are being so loud. You don't have to be that loud.
and I was just like, Mom, if they wanted to relax, they would go to a spa. Like, if they wanted to relax, they would get a massage. Like, we're painting, like, chill out. But my grandma, like, took that so hard because I feel like that was her 3 strikes. That was my mom's 3 strikes with my grandma, because my grandma took that shit so hard. Like, she just started crying. My grandma started crying in the Painting with a Twist studio with all these people. My grandma started crying, and that's something I'm used to. My grandma, like I said, she's emotional and sensitive. She cries all the fucking time. Like, my grandma cries watching America's Got Talent if you could sing really well. Like, that's just how she is. She starts crying or whatever, and my mom's like,
here we go, here we go.
And I'm just like, bruh, chill. Like, I was like, Mom, chill. Like, you are being the disturbance right now. You need to chill. My grandma, and this is funny to me now, but back then I was like, oh my God. But my grandma is painting, and as she's painting, she's like,
fuck you, Sonia. Fuck you.
and I'm just like, I'm like, why? Like, why does my family always have to stand out when we go out in public? So, you know, Indigo comes back around and she's like,
oh, don't cry. Like, your piece, it actually looks very unique.
Cause my grandma was so drunk, she wasn't even paying attention to like the what is it called? The template that we were supposed to follow for the seahorses. Her seahorses look completely different than everybody else in the class's seahorses. Like, totally different from everyone else's seahorses. But I liked her picture, and Indigo was even like, your picture looks dope. Like, don't stress yourself out. Like, it's actually really cute, you know, like, telling my grandma to chill the fuck out, you know, like, calm down, it's okay. So my grandma stops talking for maybe like 20 minutes because of that. And then the class is over and my grandma's happy again, and I asked her, I'm like, do you have to use the bathroom or whatever? And she was like,
yeah, I do have to go. And
I'm like, okay, I'll walk with you to the bathroom, you know. So I'm walking her to the bathroom. I'm like, man, don't worry about what the fuck she's talking about. And I told her the same thing. I'm like, if people wanted to relax and get peace and quiet, they'd go to a fucking library. Like, there's alcohol here. It's bound to happen to at least one of us. Somebody's gonna get lit. I mean, fuck it. We go into the bathroom, and I let my grandma go in the bathroom, and I'm standing on the outside waiting for her. I could just hear her in the bathroom like,
fucking Sonia, I'm just trying to have a good time, and she's ruining Naj's birthday.
and I'm just like, oh my God. No, but seriously though, like, I mean, my grandma paid for it. If she wants to cut up, she could cut up. That's how I feel. Like, if I'm paying for some shit and I want to cut up, I'm about to cut the fuck up. Like, I'm about to do me. Like, what do you mean? Once my grandma gets out of the bathroom, it's time for all of us to take a picture with the group of everybody that painted with us and everything. So we take a picture. My grandma like washed her face and stuff so she doesn't look like she's been crying like for 30 minutes. And we all take a group picture and then we leave the mall. Now, you know, it ain't in there because my family is petty. We're petty, so it did not end there. So we're walking out the mall, and I had reparked the car at one point so it could be closer, because we used my grandma's handicap sticker so we can get a closer spot. So I had reparked the car, and we had walked out the mall, and we get in the car. I'm sitting in the front seat and my grandma's sitting in the back, because I just know to not let both of them in the front seat. Because one thing about my grandma, even though she is sensitive, she is emotional. Not all emotion is sadness. When she is pissed, she will cut the fuck up on you, okay? And at this point, my grandma was not in front of all these people no more, so she was like, you know what, I'm about to tell my daughter about herself real quick. And so I was like, you know what, let me sit in the front seat and let my grandma sit in the back, you know, let her sit in the back. We're driving home, and my grandma is like back there snapping. She is snapping. She was like,
I just don't see what the big deal was. I was not even that loud. And I just don't appreciate it, Naja, how you didn't stick up for me.
I'm like, what? I was like, do we have two Najas in the car? Like, I was sticking up for you. What do you mean? Like, I was checking mom all night. Like, what do you mean? And I interjected. I was like, I did take up for you. I don't feel like you were being loud at all. And even if you were, I mean, that's the environment to do it at, so fuck it. And my grandma was like,
oh, okay. But Sonia, still, I was not loud, and you're no fun, and all you do is judge people,
and my mom is just like,
oh my God, here we go. Stop, you're being over dramatic. It's not a big deal. Like, stop. Oh my God, like, here we go.
I'm tired. Like, I want to go home. Like, we get home, and I told my mom to drop me off at my grandma's house because I just wanted to chill with my grandma, like, because that's my best friend. I don't want my best friend out here, like, upset. So I was like, yeah, just drop me off over here and I'll chill, and I'll have Daniel pick me up when he gets off work, because at this point he was working the night shift. So I also told my brother that he should come by. So I told my brother he should come by too. So he actually beat us to the house. Sorry, I was eating Jamaican food, I'm kind of full. But my brother beat us to the house, so he's at the house already, at my grandma's house. And then my mom drops us off, and me and my grandma come in the house. And my grandma sits on the chair in her living room, and she's still snapping. She's like,
can you believe her? Like, what a fucking bitch. Like, why does she have to be that way? Like,
and I'm just like, man, I don't know. Like, I'm like, I don't know. That's your daughter. Like, I don't know. Like,
how come me and you ended up this way, and she's like that? Like, that don't make any sense. Like, is that even my daughter? Like, I don't understand.
look, just here, have some water. I gave my grandma some water, you know, I told her to chill. I had actually bought a bottle and I put it in the fridge, so I had my own bottle at the house anyway. So, because I had picked it up before we even went out, and I put it in her fridge, so when we got back home I could drink, because I know wine doesn't really get me fucked up. So I popped my bottle up, and my brother is dying laughing at the table because he doesn't know what we went through. All he sees is my grandma coming in calling his mom a bitch and saying fuck her and all this stuff. So my brother is at the table dying. So then my grandma was like,
I need to use the bathroom. I just can't believe her. Like, she's just so inconsiderate.
and I'm like, okay, calm down, go use the bathroom. So my grandma goes in the room and she doesn't come out. So I'm like, oh shit. So I go back there to make sure she's okay. I open the room door. She in the bed snoring, sleep. My grandma was fucked up. She was asleep. So I was like, damn, this must have really like took a toll on her. Like, she was asleep as hell. So I went out to the living room. I popped my bottle. My brother out there. Me and my brother talking. I'm drinking. And yeah, that I told him everything that happened. He was like, damn, that's crazy. And I'm like, yeah, shit crazy. Daniel came home from work, you know, Daniel started drinking with me and whatever. So me and Daniel decided to spend the night there because my grandma has a guest room. So we decided to spend the night there, and my brother spent the night on the couch. So when my grandma woke up, she was hungover as hell, and I was just like, damn, like, happy 21st birthday, grandma. Like, you were fucked up. She was hungover, and because, like I said, she has Crohn's disease, she's not supposed to really intake a lot of alcohol. So, and she had her gallbladder removed. I don't know if that has anything to do with alcohol intake. I'm not a med student, but her body is just very sensitive and she can't do stuff like that. So she needed a lot of care. That's why we all stayed the night and made sure she was okay. But yeah, that was my 21st birthday crazy story. It had nothing to do with anybody that was in my past stories, but it was still fun. I still enjoyed myself. I had a good time. And now we have 3 pictures of 2 seahorses blowing bubbles in my grandma's house, and it reminds me of this story every time I see it. Thank you guys for watching. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give me a hoo-ha-ha. Bye. Give me a thumbs up. It helps me a lot to get noticed in this big world of YouTube. And hit that notification bell so you can get noticed every time I post. Okay, bye-bye.